Hello everybody, my name is James, hope you're doing well and welcome back to another video, and today we're going to be talking about a shock Mercedes revelation as well as some of Lewis Hamilton's criticisms following the first day of 2026 testing in Bahrain. If you enjoy the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more Formula 1 content. Also make sure to follow me on Instagram and X at James's Pit Lane. I'll leave links in the description, but let's jump straight into the video. So let's start with Lewis Hamilton, and he was out in the Ferrari in the morning of the first day of Bahrain testing, and well, it didn't go all to plan. I mean, he had a spin, he also had a few moments at turn 10, and he ended the morning 4th fastest. Now, as we know, following the Barcelona shakedown 2 weeks ago, Hamilton suggested he was enjoying himself more again after not really gelling with the previous generation of ground effect F1 cars. However, the way he spoke on Wednesday in Bahrain was much less certain, with him saying, as quoted by The Race, "It didn't feel too bad in Barcelona. Here it's been very gusty, a lot hotter, so it's much harder to find the right balance, but I think everyone's struggling with it." And asked if it was fair to say controlling the rear of the car was not easy, Hamilton replied that the car is shorter, it's lighter, it's actually easier to catch, so it's quite fun, like rallying a lot, but also said, "I think we're slower than GP2 right now, right? It does feel like that." Now, one thing to note is that times in the Bahrain testing session are still around 9 seconds faster than the Bahrain 2025 Formula 2 pole time. Still though, Hamilton also had concerns about the heavy role of energy management and feared the complexity of the engine side of the rules package could be off-putting. When asked how much of the procedure would be down to the drivers and how much to the software, Hamilton replied, "None of the fans are going to understand it. It's so complex. It's ridiculously complex. I was sat in a meeting the other day and they were taking us through it, and it's like you need a degree to fully understand it all. In terms of managing it, it's pretty straightforward, I would say. Maybe in race trim it's going to be different, we'll see. But then there's also a system that can automatically, once you finish a lap, it learns the way that you're driving. But say for example you lock up and go wide, you cover more distance, it affects that algorithm. So we're just trying to get on top of it and understand it, but everyone's in the same boat." Now, away from Ferrari, one team that looked really strong on the first day of the Bahrain test was Red Bull. Max Verstappen had the car to himself and he was just so consistent throughout the day, set very consistent lap times, did over 100 laps during the day as well. Now, going into the Bahrain test, Mercedes were seen as the early favourites for this season. I mean, you look at the Barcelona shakedown, they completed more laps than anyone else. The car looked very reliable. They were confident enough to pick up the pace before anyone else did. But interestingly, in Bahrain, the race say that an analysis of GPS traces of the different cars that have been seen by the race have confirmed how the Red Bull is clear of Mercedes in terms of the speed it is unable to unleash lap after lap on the straights, which is the result of it having a decisive advantage when it comes to energy deployment. So yeah, while Red Bull are currently setting consistent lap times, table-topping lap times as well, that's not really the point right now. I mean, more crucially, the evidence of long-run data shows that Red Bull's RB22 is just able to deliver its lap times so easily and consistently, and Mercedes says its view on the F1 form book has changed completely after watching Max Verstappen complete his long runs. Speaking during the lunch break in Bahrain testing on Wednesday, Mercedes team boss Toto Wolff reckoned the margin that Red Bull had was significant, with him saying, as quoted by The Race, "They are able to deploy far more energy on the straights than everybody else. I mean, I'm speaking about a second per lap over consecutive laps." And Wolff said that at the moment Mercedes was unable to deploy its battery power in the same way that Red Bull could, especially over multiple laps, with Wolff going on to say, "On a single lap we've seen it before, but now we've seen it on 10 consecutive laps with the same kind of straight line deployment. I would say that, as per today, on the first official day of testing, which is always the caveat of that, they've set the benchmark." Now, I have to say this is seriously impressive by Red Bull. This year is the first year they're making their own Formula 1 engines, and to turn up with an engine that's wowing Mercedes, wowing rivals, to have that consistent energy deployment when energy is going to be so key in 2026. Fair play to Red Bull, and it's going to be interesting to see what happens from here. But that's going to be the video from me today. Thank you ever so much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe for more videos, and until the next one, take care.